Good morning, students. So today we are going to start our first lesson of Geography Class 8, that is resources. So resources, when we are talking about resources is very much helpful in our day-to-day life. Without resources, we cannot live on this earth. So if we will talk about the definition of resources, we can say that these are the natural substances that have utility and functionality. The capacity to fulfill human needs are termed as resources. So, did you understand? These are the natural substances. Resources are the natural substances that have the utility to and functionality to fulfill our needs. That means human needs. So, I think you have understood what is resources. So resources, if we'll talk about resources, we can divide resources into two main category. One is natural resource and one is man-made resource. So here we'll discuss about the two types of resources. First one is your natural resource. So when we are talking about natural resource, these are the natural substances and these are created by nature. Okay, these are created by nature. These are not man-made or these are not created by any other source, but these are created by nature. Okay, so when we are talking about natural resources, we can say that natural resources are also two types. One is renewable and one is non-renewable. Renewable means what? Which can be renewed by the nature, or we do not have to make it again and again. It will be renewed by the nature. And non-renewable means what? Which cannot be renewed. Once we are using it, after that we cannot use it again. So natural resources, renewable resources are also two type. One is biotic resource and one is abiotic resource. Okay, so biotic resource, when we are talking about the biotic resource, we are mainly talking about the natural vegetation or the forests. Okay, wildlife, men or human beings, they are also regarded as the biotic resource. And when we are talking about the abiotic resource, we are talking about the flow resource like sun, wind, water, soil, etc. Okay, so when we are talking about the resources, we have also divided the resources into many types. So what are the kinds of resources we have divided? Natural resources we have divided into many types. So types of natural resources, on the basis of different things we have divided the resources. Okay, so first when we are talking about on the basis of their origin, I have already told how they have origin. On the basis of their origin, they are of two types. One is biotic resource and one is abiotic resource. Biotic resource, which are created by nature, which have lives. Biotic resource which have life. Bio is there, no? You can understand bio, the word bio means which have lives. So biotic resource, they have life. Okay, so living beings, all the living beings include under biotic resource. Your vegetation, birds, domestic animals, all these things are coming under biotic resource. Okay, and men, when we are talking about men, our human beings, they are also regarded as the biotic resource and they are known as human resource. And when we are talking about the abiotic resource, they are the non-living substances. All the non-living substances which are created by nature, these are known as abiotic resource. So did you understand? On the basis of origin, resources are of two types. One is biotic resource and one is abiotic resource. Now when we are talking about on the basis of exhaustibility means how you are using it. Okay, so on the basis of use or how much time we can use it, resources, natural resources are also divided into two category. One is renewable or inexhaustible resource and one is non-renewable or exhaustible resource. So renewable resource, we can use it again and again or it will be renewed by the nature. Repeatedly, they can be repeatedly used. They can be used repeatedly again and again. Okay, and they are replenished by natural process. So that's why they are known as renewable resource. So what kind of renewable resource we can talk about? We can talk about the renewable resource of different kinds, and they are also known as flow resource. Why they are known as flow resource? It is also a question most of the time it comes, because it is a continuous resource. The stock is continuous, so that's why they are known as flow resource. Okay, so renewable resource are those which do not exhausted with use. How much time you will use it? You will not. It will not exhausted. So they may be temporarily diminished with use. Okay, but they will renew again. So what are the different kinds of renewable resources? The different kinds of renewable resources are sunlight, wind, water, etc. So we can use them again and again. And best and non-renewable resource, when we are talking about the non-renewable resource, so these are the kinds of resources whose stock decrease and gradually disappear with use. When you will use it more, stock will decrease. Okay, and they get exhausted. They are usually destroyed with use fossil fuels and minerals. So in this video, first video, we have decided about what is resource and the kind of resources like natural resource and man-made resource. And on natural resource, the classification of resources on the basis of their origin, biotic, abiotic, and on the basis of their exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable. I think you have understood. We will discuss in next chapter. Thank you.